Undoubtedly, one of the best characters in all of Punishing Gray Raven is Vera Rosen, and Vera Garnet. They're both fantastic frames, fantastic designs, and I absolutely love the characters. I think I got a soft spot for red hair. I don't know where it came from, but it's there, okay? Sue me, okay? Just sue me. But one of the coolest things about this recent patch of Punishing Gray Raven is that they've introduced, I would argue, Vera's best coding into the game. And I don't really spend on PGR. I'm kind of like an average player. You know, I maybe do some daily packs. That's all I've really done. But man, I've never been more tempted to drop some money on this game for this coding. And the wonderful ladies over at Gray Raven Radio have recently just dropped a video kind of going a little bit over the coding and some of the history and stuff for it. And as somebody who's a pretty big fan of the lore and the story of Punishing Gray Raven, I want to know a little bit more about it. So let's go in, let's take a look and see what they have to say about Vera's coding.
Vera Garnet's coding Mesectet is not only incredibly beautiful, it's also inspired by a pretty interesting story.
Okay, well, we're kind of there, but my guess was going to be something to do with Egyptian mythology. Like, you can tell based on the design that there's some kind of inspiration there for sure. Also, just to be clear, and just to throw this out there real quick, if you have not had a chance already, make sure to like and subscribe. You might have even seen a little glow around the subscribe button, so it'd be a great time for you to go ahead and do that. We've broken 9K recently, and I'd love to keep that number going up as we get closer and closer to the release of Wuthering Waves, and it would just be great to be able to bring that number into that time. So make sure to go ahead, like and subscribe, and also link to the full video will be in the description of this video. Let's keep watching.
Egyptian mythology, the sun god Ra was said to carry the sun across the sky on a magical boat to bring about daylight. But night came when he changed his boat and his appearance in order to cross through the underworld by river. The boat he used for this underworld journey was called Mesectet. The river he crossed was full of threats, and none more so than Apep, the god of chaos, a giant.
You know, I can't help but, like, you know, that meme, it should have been me!
It should have been me, not him! It's not fair!
I saw the snake and that was the first thing that just popped into my head for that.
Serpent. Every night, Ra and the deities that accompanied him had to fight off Apep, who wanted to swallow the sun, the boat, and everyone inside to stop the sun boat's journey once and for all. But every night, Apep was defeated and the sun rose again. The Ankh, Vera's weapon, is the hieroglyphic symbol for life, which itself is the essence of Ra's journey. Vera is certainly an interesting choice for this role, considering that she herself teeters on the edge of light and darkness, often.
Guys, I'm trying really hard to save my wallet here, because while I do content, I don't got that kind of content creator money, okay? We're still trying to get to that full-time place here. We got a lot of work to do, a lot of ground to cover, but this coding though, guys, jeez.
Been playing the role of double agent in dubious schemes. She seems rather friendly with the snake in her victory animation, and while the metal ribcage might just represent the journey through the underworld,
it may
also represent Vera's own darkness. Perhaps combining the imagery of Ra and Apep is most
I like that
fitting
little
for
correction
someone like
that
Vera
popped in.
after all. I don't get enough chances to talk about how good a character Vera is and how much I love her.
I talk about it all the time. Lena's just too busy bragging about Ayla Kaleido all the time and Ayla's codings, which, don't get me wrong, Ayla's also got some pretty fantastic codings. Her recent one on the CN server was like pretty peak. It's definitely there. But like, I've been loyal to Vera the whole time.
This may come as a bit of a shock to the people who know that Ayla is my favorite character, but in general, I love mean women. The meaner, the better. And in Vera's case, I love that she...
I'm just like, I don't know why I got completely hung up. I love, guys, you don't understand. I love mean women. Can you just please step on me just a little bit?
She manages to be more than just the trope she's made of. It may not line up with everyone else's, but Vera has her own moral code, and she'll stick to it no matter what. Wait, why are we here again? Oh, right, the coding. Ra is often depicted with the head of a bird, so it's no surprise to see so much feather imagery in her outfit. Her blade sheaths are wings, which float up to her back in her idol animation, and the cups on her top
looks so
have
cool.
feathers on them.
They
The
also pop
ribcage
off during
is
her
an
ultimate
excellent
animation, I'm pretty
addition,
sure.
Which again probably represents the underworld. But let's be real, we can never have too many outer rib cages. But the most special trait of this coating, in my opinion,
That's not
are
a
the
statement I
legs.
expected to hear.
Okay, hear me out. In the rare occasion you see the flap of her dress move aside, you'll catch a glimpse of the ball joints in her upper thighs. Then you notice as
Right,
you
'cause
work
remember
your
they
way
are
down,
robots.
the entirety of her
The gold
legs are
trim.
metal. There's not a single
Yeah.
piece of normal looking skin here. The gold shimmers beautifully, all the way down to her
It looks
feet.
so good.
These are some
The
of the
thigh
best legs
designs
in the game,
there.
and I do not accept
Jeez.
criticism. Ugh, seriously. Look at them. The more
To quote a friend of mine in a recent video I watched, you must embrace the thick. So-
robot-y something is, the better it is. I say this every time, and I'm always correct. Those
I actually disagree with that. Sorry, what she just said there, just in case you missed that, was the more robot-y something is, the better it is. And I don't agree. I really like Rosetta Rigger, for example, but she is way too robot-y for me. There needs to be a delicate balance between the two. We know they're constructs in the characters, but like if it goes too far in one of the directions, I'm like, I'm not into it as much. I think like Selena Tempest, for example, is like a great balance between having kind of like robotic limbs and the overall like kind of more human aspects of her design. And I think Vera's coding does it well too. But if it goes too far in that direction, no, that's not true. I don't think Lena's fully considered that statement. Otherwise, I think Rosetta Rigger would be her favorite character personally.
Those ball joints easily make the outfit a 10 out of 10. The back view might make or break this outfit for some people because
I thought it
despite
looked
how
really
her long
elegant.
flowing hair may appear to be a ponytail from the front, it's actually this extremely outrageous anime hairstyle that could never work in real life. Her hair is completely cut
That's
short
true.
except for one really, really long piece in the back, which, don't get me wrong, looks amazing, but don't attempt this at home.
Yeah, anime's got this really bad habit of like coming up with these wacky designs. Looks really cool in the show. Don't bring it into real life. It does not transfer. It does not look
The
good.
hair clips are an interesting choice, but the gold accents in her hair are wonderful. The
Peak.
ribcage motif
Peak.
makes it all the way to her back into a partial spine motif. And if Roland has taught us anything, we all love a good spine.
You mean
She's got
Kaneki?
some shimmering gold tattoos
From
going
Tokyo
on,
Ghoul?
and of course, in classic Kuro fashion, a lot of back. I personally respect the back, and I think this looks really elegant.
We need more back in our lives. Okay, that's all we need more
The
of.
spine motif continues to her tailbone. Then from behind, she's got this beautiful layered skirt. But there's one other feature that makes a female character stand out above all the others. And Vera has
Okay.
it. The claws. These beautiful metal claws that she has. I love them.
Well, you couldn't tell considering that your character model or design here also has the claws. I mean, I get it. They're really good. It's a good
I
thing.
need women to have claws. I just love women with claws so much.
Based.
And I haven't even gotten to talk about her special effects yet. There are so many small details in the special effects that I'm gonna have to slow this way down. The mixture of
Okay.
golds and blue are so
Yeah.
good. And of course,
Like, do you
they
see
match
the
outfit
hieroglyphics that come in on
perfectly.
those effects too?
It's not really my priority, but
Looks
this is
so
also one of the
cool.
outfits where the color theming pretty much suits her element too. Though truth be
Yeah.
told, I actually like that PGR doesn't try to stick to this as a rule. It allows characters to have personality beyond just their element, in my opinion.
Mhm.
Although
There's quite a few characters that their like color and design completely breaks away from the element of the character. Like actually Han Ying is a good example of that. Like she's like green, a lot of like green and like glowing effects, and like it's physical. Crimson Abyss, I think, is like pretty close to that. Like a lot of like reds that you think she might be more inclined to be like a fire like damaging character, but actually is like physical on hers. There's quite a few that have that crossover for sure, and I actually do appreciate that. You're not pigeonholing the characters that like they're fire, so you need to have red designs, okay?
Vera will be receiving this gotcha coating in the future. Miss
Oh,
Sektet
true.
is by far
That's good.
my favorite, and I'm not sure they're gonna make a better one for me. I would love to
Based.
stand corrected though. She's just
Based.
so elegant and cool and golden, and I love shiny things. I love the claws, I love the ribs, I love the ball joints. This was made for me. They
if you take those things out of context, that sounds really funny when you just like are listing all of those pieces out. Just that kind of crossed my mind as we were going through
Did
that.
this for me. This coding can be yours for 168 rainbow cards
Oh.
during the Floating Reverie patch. But if your heart is set on this future gacha coding for Vera, maybe you'll want to reconsider getting Miss Ektet.
Which, like, don't get me wrong, this is also another fantastic coding, and also this coding set is a Cerberus coding set. Like, they have one that comes for number 21 and for Noctis as well, so you can actually do a Cerberus team. And it comes with a special team animation when you have the coding on all three of them, when you have them on the team together. So, like, I mean, there's definitely some value going to be on that coding, but I definitely like Miss Ektet more. It's just, like, it looks so good.
Either
So good.
way, there's no way to be unhappy with Vera Garnet because
Oh.
whatever look she's rocking, she rocks it. Coming back
Yeah,
to the snake and her
true.
victory animation, I find her victory line extremely fitting considering that Ra always beats a Pep.
Even victory itself has to yield to me.
Nice.
What do you say?
Victory itself does yield to you, Vera, and so do I.
I think it's really cool. Really big shout out to Grey Raven Radio and putting that together, kind of helping give a more like intricate breakdown of the characters' coding and designs. I think it looks really fantastic. And again, I'm still like, I'm so tempted. I'm so tempted to drop some rainbow cards there, but like, it's really expensive. So if you made it this far in the video, thank you so much for watching. Greatly appreciate you and your time. Shout out to all the patrons who support the channel, and we'll see you next time.